Abbott Elementary. It's a type of show where almost every character is amazing, so ranking these characters is gonna be a challenge, but it's a challenge I'm willing to take. So I will be ranking the main cast, which consists out of Janine, Gregory, Ava, Mrs. Barb, Melissa, of course, Jacob, Mr. Johnson, and I also want to add Tariq. I know he's not part of the main cast, but it's Tariq. We gotta include Tariq. So here are the categories that I came up with. So the worst one you can get is fine, great that you're here, but I wouldn't miss you if you left. Then we have amazing, but I hope to learn more about the character. Then we have perfect, you stole my heart, please don't go anywhere. And then the best one you can get is never ever change who you are. I don't know if I love you or if I want to be you. Probably both. Just a quick PSA before we get into it. These are just my opinions about fictional characters. You're free to share your opinions in the comment section as well. But you know, like, relax. It's really not that deep. It's a show. And I have to say this because nowadays we take things way too personal. We get way too passionate about the things that we like. And it really isn't that deep. I'm guilty of that too, so I'm also saying this to myself. Let's start with the main character, Janine Teagues. So I have this thing where most of the time the main character is my least favorite character on the show. I don't know what it is. It's just the supporting characters that I fall deeply in love with. Sex and the City, Miranda. Euphoria, Maddie. Insecure, Kelly. New Girl, Schmidt. Atlanta, Darius. Of course, there are some exceptions, but overall the supporting characters have my heart. And it's kind of the same with this show. I'm sorry, Janine is just not my fave. She's amazing. I mean, she's this loving, naive, nerdy character that just wants the best for her school and every kid that goes there.
Mondays are my absolute favorite day because that's when I get to come back here and see all you guys again.
I mean, the world would be a better place and a little bit more awkward if we had more Janines walking around, that's for sure. And also her storyline with Gregory is amazing. It's like one of the best slow burns on TV right now.
I hope you stay. For the kids.
Yeah.
But like I said, she's not my fave, so I'm going to give her amazing. I just hope to learn more about the character. But let one thing be clear. If this was like the real person, so not Janine Teagues the character, but like Quinta Bronson the person, she would be up top. Next up, we got Janine's future husband, Gregory. I mean, we all know they're gonna end up together, right? Like, they're probably gonna get married, but they will move away because Janine gets offered a principal job outside of the city, but eventually they will move back because they had a kid together and they want their kid to go to Abbott Elementary, and then the kid gets placed into Mrs. Howard's class. I got it all figured out. If they are looking for a new writer, I'm available. But let's talk about Gregory. Mr. I don't really care, but secretly I do, and I don't really like showing my emotions because my dad never showed me how.
Look at you showing a little initiative. Well, thank you, Dad.
I have this weird attraction to mysterious men who don't like showing their emotions except to you. I know, it's toxic. It's like this weird savior complex that you have. It's like, oh, you're gonna feel safe with me. It's like, And I also realized from personal experiences, this is only fun in movie, TV world. In real life, it's exhausting. And because of this thing, I really like Gregory. I really do. Like, in the beginning, I was a little bit annoyed that we didn't know much about him, but like with every episode, it's like an onion. We're getting to know him better and better and better. Like the whole thing with his dad, loved it. And like the slow burn with Janine, it's amazing. So I am going to give Gregory a perfect. You stole my heart, please don't go anywhere. Ava. You already know what I'm gonna say. She's my favorite character. Her one-liners.
Why are you breathing so hard?
I'm excited.
Well, it's weird. You should get that checked out.
What is this, an iPhone 9? It's like a Walkman. I don't know nothing about this. That's before my time.
I lost something.
What, your sense of style? Up top.
No.
We gotta give it to the writers. She is hilarious and she constantly surprises us. Like in one episode, I think it was Holiday Hookah, she pops up with her NBA star boyfriend, Andre Iguodala. It's like...
You ready, babe? Hope you aren't too tired from all that dancing.
Just got a second win.
But she's a terrible principal, like, no doubt about that. But I just can't hate her. She's amazing. So I am going to put her in never ever change who you are. I don't know if I love you or if I want to be you, probably both. Speaking of people you want to be like, Melissa Chimenti. She has this cool sister vibe, you know, older sister vibe. You have a lot of respect for her. You're a little bit afraid of her, but like the healthy kind, you know? But you also know that you can tell her anything and she will never judge you. Like if you need real good grounding advice, Melissa Chimenti is who you go to.
All that at-home stuff, you gotta leave it right at that door. Otherwise, you open up a whole nother Panera's box of problems.
She has this never-aging coolness around her, and she's like unapologetically herself, and nothing but that.
I can make more work in the street, easy.
And she's so passionate. You know that if she cares about you or something, best believe she will go hell and back for you or it.
It's the first thing I did that the kids really loved. This one's from my first year.
And she seems tough, but at the same time, she exudes love. Like, I love her. You already know where I'm gonna put her. You already know. Never ever change who you are. I don't know if I love you or if I want to be you. Probably both. I'm honestly a little bit jealous of Miss Howard, who's work besties with Melissa in the show, which at first they seem like a weird duo, you know, how Melissa's very tough and she's not afraid to do some illegal things to get what she wants.
Okay, you guys working with the cops because you got to tell me.
And Miss Barb is like the exact opposite. She's like an old school church-going lady who definitely judges you with love, but she does judge.
Learn lots, boo.
But you know, opposites attract. Like, their relationship makes so much sense. Outside of Janine and Greg slow burn, I think their friendship is one of my other favorite relationships on the show.
I believe in you, so I know that you could, but just because you could doesn't mean you should, and I shouldn't have made you feel that way.
Mrs. Howard gives me grandma vibes, but the good kind, you know? Are there bad kinds? I don't know. And I love the generational clashes they create around her character, where she's often like forced to go with the time.
Well, I do not need some young Zuckerberg. Pimple-faced kid, fresh from the smart bar.
Genius bar.
Telling me how to teach.
But Barb also shows them that old isn't always bad. Like, we still need to respect and appreciate the teachings that we had back in the day. Something Janine really does. It's actually really cute how much Janine looks up to Mrs. Howard on the show.
See, Mrs. Howard, that is why we do this. Mold those young minds. Just create new lives. Make those connections.
Sweetheart, I have no idea who that young man was.
So, I am going to give Miss Howard... What am I gonna give Miss Howard? I'm gonna give Miss Howard perfect. Or amazing. I wanna say amazing, because I wanna learn more about her character. I know the whole thing with her daughter now and stuff like that, but I wanna know, like, she has a husband, right? Like, I wanna know a little bit more about Miss Howard. But it was a close to perfect. You stole my heart, please don't go away. Like, I still don't want her to go away, but I want to learn more about her, so it's gonna be amazing. Yes, it's gonna be amazing. Next up, Jacob. Mr. Freedom Writers. Mr. I really want to prove that I'm down with the black kids, and because of that, I constantly put myself in very awkward positions.
My dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah, keeping it profesh. I like that.
Do I love me some Jacob? Like, he means so well. You know how sometimes people say he has such a good heart? I see someone like Jacob in front of me. And he has like this confidence that Melissa has as well. Like, he is not afraid to be who he is, you know? And he probably knows that people sometimes laugh at him, but he doesn't really seem to care. Or maybe he does care and he just hides it, which make it a little bit sad, but he's just so cute.
I have Kendrick Lamar on vinyl, okay? Is that corny? Look, and the Samurai are not corny, okay? They performed at a Bernie Sanders rally without his permission.
And also the cute, nerdy friendship between him and Janine, to die for. Like, if you want a good friend, Jacob. I am going to give Jacob perfect. You stole my heart, please don't go anywhere. I also wanted to say, never ever change who you are. I don't know if I love you or if I want to be you, probably both, but I don't think I want to be Jacob. I just love him. You know, I love him a perfect amount. Now let's talk about Mr. Johnson, aka the janitor. So I think we've all had a Mr. Johnson either in middle school or high school, right? Like the person who has been there forever and who seems a little bit confused all the time.
Mr. Johnson, sorry to interrupt whatever this is, but
when you say hi to him, he acts like he knows who you are, but he's been there so long that all the kids have started to look the same. And he's probably not even good at his job anymore, but he has become part of the school, so they're not gonna like fire him.
These lights have been going on and off for weeks. Are you gonna do anything about them? The kids don't even wanna walk in.
Above my pay grade, Janine. I make most electrical things work with a makeshift system I've had since '92.
And he'll probably never quit. If it's up to him, he'll probably die with the broom in his hand. Mr. Johnson is cute, you know? But I'm gonna give him a fine. I know there are a lot of Mr. Johnson lovers out there, but I mean, it's great that he's there, but I wouldn't really miss him if he left. I know, I'm sorry. And last but not least, Tariq. Listen. Terrible boyfriend to Janine.
You know I'm a feminist, that's why I let you pay for all my stuff and...
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Good for her that they broke up. But the only reason why I hope that they will get back together is so we can get more Tariq on our TVs. Like, Tariq is the same category funny as Ava. Tariq and Ava, they should get together. Tariq and Ava. But the only way that could happen is if Tariq's career took off. Like, Ava would never date him in his current state.
I gotta eat something.
Okay, well, why don't you just take my breakfast sandwich?
Huh?
Yeah, I'll get something.
Are you sure, baby?
Yeah, I'll get something there.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But if he becomes very successful, he becomes interesting to Ava, which would create more animosity between Ava and Janine. So you have another. I'm telling you, I am going to contact the writer's room of Abbott Elementary because this could work. I want more Tariq. To me, Tariq is perfect, which is a little bit problematic because he is the worst boyfriend ever. But he stole my heart and I don't want him to go anywhere. We got them all sorted out. Abbott Elementary is such a breath of fresh air. I know a show is good when it makes me want to switch professions. When I was watching Grey's Anatomy, I wanted to become a doctor. Better Call Saul, sketchy lawyer. Newsroom, journalist. Bear, cook. And now I'm like, maybe I should become a teacher if this whole YouTube thing doesn't work out. It's gonna, but we gotta have a plan B. They deserve every prize they've been getting. Like, I am so happy that this show got created. It is lighthearted, it's funny, no black trauma, but the best thing of all, 20+ episodes. Quinta Brunson and team, thank you so much for bringing back the old school seasons, because I am so sick and tired of these amazing shows only having 8 or 10 episodes. So thank you, Abbott Elementary, to many more seasons.